Hey y'all, it's Jeannie. I'm back with another journal share for a custom order for Miss Robin M. And this is pretty close to an actual junk journal, although it does have a lot of, different, it does have some new cardstock and stuff in it, but she loves vintage items and very eclectic mix of things. So she told me a little bit about herself, and so I am going with that. And so this is what I come up with. Again, I did not count the pages. I will have to post it in the description below. Let's see. It is almost 7.5 inches wide and 10 inches tall. I am repurposing a book. I had bought a few of these last year at a thrift store. They're a 1950s collection of gardening books and flower books. So I hope you're not a seamstress, Miss Robin, because I just did some messy stitching for the closure and just did some different prints of fabrics, and I need to cut the trims. I usually leave them on, but I think I'm going to trim this up. Anyways, you'll have a lot of extra space to play with on that one, so you might can cut it and use it in your journal. And then I actually tried the 5-hole pamphlet stitch this time, since this was so tall, so that it would hold the papers in. It does have a fabric spine, and then I also did a heavy linen fabric on the inside. Put some vintage lace trim on the outside to kind of finish off the edges here. And it has 3 signatures. I left the inside blank because she says she likes to draw flowers, or paint flowers rather, and so I thought she might like to do some artwork here, so I left the insides blank. So getting into it, I sewed a pocket here, and I put a lot of vintage magazine ephemera in here. There's a stenciled guest check. She loves, she's restoring an old home right now, so she said pictures of old homes, and she thrift shops a lot, so I put a lot of things like that in here. Coffee dyed paper. I stitched on a lot of tabs, stamped and stenciled. She says she has 5 sisters, I believe. There's 6 of them, but this poem says 5, so I went with it and thought it was cute. Put it in here. She says she gardens as well, so there's a little bit of gardening things in here. There's a little charm on a piece of a doily. This is, I got this at an estate sale this weekend. This is from 1969, like out of a day book. You can see where the tape used to be. I love that. This is out of a vintage children's book, and it says a good day for Robin, so I thought that was cute since she likes birds, and her name is Robin. She likes green, so I just thought this card was really pretty, and I turned it into a pocket. And that's the middle of this signature, and I just put some beads, glass and wood beads down there. I just had some little fabric swatches I sewed down through there. This is out of a gardening book. I had also gotten this at an estate sale. It's just some old vintage, looks like where he would take his orders for his woodwork. A fabric ruffle, vintage wrapping paper that just opens up, and she can write in that. And here's some more of inside of old homes and floor plans. A little piece of some doily, or a doily. Fabric ruffle, and then the stitching on the back of where I stitched this piece of this little doily and just put some little tickets and stuff in here, and I put create right here. Here's the start of the second signature. I left space so that she'll have plenty of room. Once she removes her goodies out of the bags, it'll lay very flat for her to put photos or write in. It's a little green wooden bead. I made a little pocket right there, and I just put this little wrapper from Vintage Seam Binding down in there. She can write in. This is just full of a vintage postcard, Edith Holden book page, and some laces and trims and paper clips she can make for the journal. Some bird pages. More fabric tab. I love this page. It's a couple dancing out of an old magazine. I think it was a 1950s magazine. She said she liked irises, so I found that page. She has grandkids, so I put a piece of this elementary writing paper. Here's a vintage playing card. She said she loves to paint flowers, as I mentioned, so I thought that card was pretty, and I just put these in here. And that's the center of that signature. I made a little snippet here, except I stapled it instead of sewing it, so you can staple things if you don't have a sewing machine. And I think I glued this little piece of paper in. This is out of that 1949 gardening book I pull out of a lot. This has a little thing about your mom. She says she shops with her mom a lot. Made a little pocket out of these little teacups and just stuck some things in there. She said she had 2 granddaughters and 1 grandson, so I took 2 different pages out of 2 different Dick and Jane books and put those in there. I thought those were cute. It's a vintage bus ticket. A lace fabric flip. I thought that eyelet lace was pretty over this old bag. And this bag is stuffed full of more vintage magazine pages and stuff that I thought she'd probably like. And then I took the tear off of that bag and just made a belly band. And then I put wallpaper in this coffee dyed index card, just loop those together. There's some ticking strap fabric sewn on the edge. That's the end of that signature. This was a Pioneer Woman, part of one of her little banners. I just glued this on, but I did it upside down accidentally. You can pull this twine out, Robin, or leave it in. So I just decided to make it an upside down pocket. And there's some little flowers and a vellum sticker in here. A little Tim Holtz clip. But it works just fine upside down. There's a pen with some little glass beads. I love that window decorated. These ladies are making baskets. Here's a replica of a vintage grocery store check. Some stenciling. I made a stitched and made a pocket out of this flower book, and then put this footprints postcard. I made 2 pockets right here and just stuck some little pieces of stuff in here on top of this music paper. Be pretty for her to draw on top of this music paper too. Some more pieces of doilies. Another vintage postcard made into a pocket. On the back of the, I made this wallpaper piece, the center of this signature, with these glass beads dangling, and this upholstery fabric as a belly band with a piece of paper out of the Betty Crocker, Better Homes and Gardens sewing book. That one day when I'm caught up, I can't wait to make a sewing binder out of. That'll be fun to make. Here's the back. I just made an Edith Holden book page pocket with just some little notepad papers in there. Here's the other side. I tore and put over here, and here's some printables from Mrs. Coggs, just made into journaling cards. Those are so pretty. That's from her Yellow in the Garden. I've been using that a lot in my journals lately. I did another little snippet without sewing, and but I had already sewn this envelope on here and made a tuck spot here so it flips, and then it has some things in here. And then the back is right there. Stitched on some more old fabric. Made a little wallpaper tab. And this is just what some lace I had gotten at a thrift store come on. And it says from Georgia. Another little applique pocket with some little sticky notes. Here's the other side of that floral book page pocket. I just wanted to use the strawberry and lemon stamp, so I stamped down through there. Put some washi on this dictionary paper. Here's another piece out of that day book that I got at the state sale the other day. Rickrack. I just put some leaf trim and a little flower doily and a button in the middle. And that's the back. I left it blank as well for her to do her artwork back there. And the back has lace also. So this has room to grow. This is one of my more, I guess you would say, mid-priced or mid-range journals for those of you who keep messaging asking if I guide you to this one and say Robin's Eclectic Garden Journal. This would kind of be a more, I'd say a little above a mid-range, but not the highest. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, if you would like to, go ahead, but make sure you hit that notification bell, because I think you have to do that now for it to really matter. And you'll be notified when I upload thrift hauls weekly or journal shares, or I will be getting my Cheaply Chic collection in the next few days, and I will be working in that, doing my daily journaling off and on this month as well. Go over and check her channel out. That's Cheaply Chic, and I don't believe that she has had her giveaway yet. She should announce that, I think, either tomorrow morning or Friday morning, I believe. And so she gives away 3 journal collections each month. So for those of you who've been watching me work in those each month and you like those, head on over there, subscribe to her channel, be 18 or older, and just comment under the video where she has the giveaway showing, and she'll announce that Friday before she releases the collection. She only has a few, or a set number that she releases each month, and they sell it pretty fast. So she's also doing a journal series, junk journal series, where she's sharing what junk journals are, all different types, and what you do with them, because I know that we have a lot of new viewers. Thank you to all of you new subscribers and you new viewers that have come along that aren't used to junk journaling or what it is, and so I thank you for her and for myself as well. So I will talk to you later, and y'all have a great night, and I'll see you later. Bye.